Okay everyone, this is an at-home stretcher video that you can follow along with and we can do together. So let's get into it. We're going to start in straddle position, so legs as wide as you can. If you've got real tight hips, get yourself, this is a yoga bolster, or you can just get a couple of cushions to sit on. It'll just be a little bit easier because we want to make sure that we're not slouching and rounding the lower back. So sitting up nice and tall, legs as wide as possible, and you're going to already feel a deep stretch in your hamstrings and in your groins. So just spend a little bit of time in this position, pulling your toes towards you. I'm just going to lean over to the one side, bring the chest down towards the knee, or if you're just sitting upright, absolutely fine. Think about pushing the knee down into the floor, pulling the toe back towards you a little bit, just warming up that position. Now, the most important part of today is that you are stacking this habit with something enjoyable, because when people talk, think about stretching, they can often not enjoy it, not want to do it. So I'm currently watching Fallout series on Amazon. Absolutely love it, but there's no volume on this today. So put a movie on, put a series on at home, swap over to the other side, and just enjoy stretching. It's something that is really beneficial in the evenings, helps your body to wind down, helps your mind to wind down. You sleep better, you recover better. You have less joint pain in your knees, your backs, your hips, and then your training's better because of it. So I'll try and do something like this. Well, I tell myself I'm going to do it 3-4 times a week. In reality, it's probably 2-3 times a week. Okay, so back to the first side. We can progress a little bit more now. So if you can, getting a hand onto the foot or just as far down the leg as you can. Opposite arm comes around as well. Remember, keep pressing that knee down into the floor. And let's swap sides. As you settle into this, everyone, try and connect to your breathing. One of the most important parts of stretching is connecting to the breath. So as you inhale, you can almost tighten up a little bit. Then as you exhale, just let everything go and feel the muscles that we're trying to stretch get longer. So every breath, it's inhale, exhale, really let go and get deeper into that stretch. The better you get at connecting the breathing to the muscles, the better you get at stretching. Okay, come back into the middle, just shake it off a little bit. Now we're going to go for a little bit of a twist, so I'm really rubbish at this one. It actually helps if you've got like a strap, but we'll do it without it today. So left hand's going to go under the right knee, right arm's going to come up and over. I'm aiming my left shoulder down towards my left knee, and then right hand is coming up and over. So hopefully you could feel that one on the hamstring, but then starting to come through the hip, through the lats, and through the shoulder as well. Same on the other side. Right hand under the left knee, left arm comes up and over, reaching the right shoulder down towards the right knee, hand towards the foot. Okay, we're gonna go again. Second time you do it, just try and push it a little bit further. Eventually you wanna have hand on foot. I'm probably not there today, but we'll see where we get to. Okay, and then swapping sides again. Yeah, watching the TV with that sounds weird, but I'll probably rewatch this episode again. Okay, that's enough of that position now. If you managed to stay in that straddle position for that whole time, awesome. If you didn't, don't stress if your lower back blew up. The first time I tried this, yeah, I could sit like this for maybe a minute. So you'll just get better and better over time. Okay, next we're gonna come into legs straight out in front of us, pulling the toes up, pressing the knee down towards the floor, and then just sitting nice and tall. We're gonna bring the right knee into our chest. Let's give it a little bit of a hug. Sit nice and tall. And the foot's gonna go over the other side, like so. We're gonna rotate towards our knee. Give it a nice hug, and then sit tall. So you can start to feel this on your glute muscle. Now, if you can, we're going to rotate further. If you can't, just chill out in that position for a little bit. So the elbow is going to come on the outside of the knee, hand behind you, push away and then look away. Okay, let's swap sides. So I'm going to bring the left knee to the chest. Let's give it a little bit of a hug. And then the foot's going to go up and over. Give the knee a hug. Just make sure you're facing the side. Yeah, I've got no idea what's going on this episode now. Okay, a little bit further if we can, so hand goes behind, elbow on the outside of the knee. Good work, guys. Okay, next up, where should we go? Let's go into a pigeon pose. So we're going to start sitting cross-legged. If you struggle in this cross-legged position, definitely sit on something. Higher is easier. Over time, you'll then get onto the floor, okay? Whichever leg's in front, so this is my left leg. Just need a little bit more space. It's going to stay in exactly that shape. Right leg is going to go behind me, like so. And then I'm going to point it straight back on the mat. So spending time in this position for a little bit first, letting the hips settle down. You can feel a deep stretch on the inside of the front hip and then the front of the back hip. And as you relax into it, the goal is to get your hips down towards the floor. Really connect to that breathing. As you exhale, can we just creep a little bit lower down? Aiming our belly button towards our ankle. And if you can, completely melt into the floor. That position, guys, when it gets comfortable, you can spend minutes and minutes and minutes in there. Feels amazing when you come out. But for the purpose of today, let's swap sides. So opposite leg now comes in front. The goal is to keep your shin ideally in the same alignment as the mat. When your hips are tight, your heel will want to come in. So try and avoid that the best you can. Mine will come in somewhat, but just aim for perfection. Go to where your body can go for now. So back leg comes back behind you. The back leg should be in line with the mat this way. The front leg should be in line with the mat this way. I just realized on the camera, when I've been saying right leg, it looks left leg to you, doesn't it? So well done if you caught up on that. I'll try and correct it from here onwards. So just slowly sinking down. Okay, coming out. If you found that one really hard, not an issue. I used to find that one absolutely horrendous. You'll get better at it more times you practice. So with stretching, it should be uncomfortable, but not agony. So use that, what you will. The more you put in, the more you're gonna get out of it, but don't make it so uncomfortable that you really dislike doing it. Like, this should genuinely be quite enjoyable eventually as your muscles start to loosen off. So let's get a little bit more into the front of the hips. We'll start off with our ankles. So if I just show you from the side on this one, toes together, heels together, curling the toes under, sitting the bum down onto the heels, stretching out the bottom of the feet. You may feel some tension through the knees and through the quads as well. This can be very uncomfortable for people, so just do what you can. Come on out and rest whenever you need to. Then we're going to uncurl the toes, Same again, trying to keep the heels together. Mine will drift apart, but I'm trying to push them in. Stretching out the top of the feet into the front of the shins. Okay, and then from there, we're going to take the knees to hip width. Toes still flat. And aiming to sit the hips down between the feet. So definitely use a lot of upper body strength to hold in this position until your hips are able to go to the floor, which, yeah, I'm quite a bit off. So add a little bit of movement in. We're going to inhale, hips up towards the ceiling. Exhale, relax down. Let's go for 5 reps. You can spend a little bit more time in there if it feels good. If you get knee pain in this position, just come out. Just do what you can. And you'll build up a tolerance to it over time. Never force it, guys. Okay, come on out. Next one, we're going to go into a lunge position. So let's go right knee on the floor. Right foot up in this position here. Think about pushing your right knee into the floor. Squeezing your right glute. So there's tension through the quad, tension through the hip. Reaching the right arm up. Interlacing the fingers. Pushing through the base of your hand. And then leaning away from the stretch. So keep those pressure points. Knee into the floor. Hip forwards. Pushing up with the base of your hand and then leaning away. I find that one really difficult. Hence why I held it for about 10 seconds. This knee gives me some pain, so I just kneel on this. So feel free to do the same if you have sore knees. So left knee into the floor, right knee up like so. Press the knee down, tighten up the glute, reaching up through with the arm, interlacing the fingers, and then leaning away. Okay, that's a lot of good work in the lower body, guys. Let's get into a little bit of upper body work now. How am I going to do this? I'll go side on so you can see all of the upper body. So let's start with our upper back muscles and shoulders. So if you've got tight shoulders, any shoulder pain, these next 2 stretches are my go-to best bang for your buck to sort out your shoulders. So we're going to go right leg up at 90 degrees like so. So I'm lying down on the floor, my knee is bent at 90 degrees to the hip and then down like so. Right arm is then going to come under the mat, under my shoulder, sorry. Lying down on the mat, horizontal to my body. My left arm is then going to be forwards in front of me, and I'm pushing my chest down towards the floor. So to try and think about the straight lines on this one, knees up at 90 degrees, right arm is tucked under, straight with the mat, left arm is forwards, and I'm trying to square my shoulders off to the mat. And then really connect with your breathing on this one, and just sink into the mat. Feeling that deep stretch on the back of your right shoulder. fall asleep in that position. Okay, let's do the other side. So left knee is going to come up, so it's at 90 degrees to the body. Left arm's going to tuck under so that it's in alignment with the mat. And then my right arm is going to reach forwards. Well, this one's tight. Oh, it feels good. Okay, let's get into the front of our shoulders now. So the pec muscles we're aiming to stretch here and biceps. If we stay in the same position, we're gonna go left arm out to the side, go right arm out to the side as well. And then bring your left arm forwards just a little bit. So imagine that's a clock face, that's like 10 o'clock. Right hand's gonna come into a press up position. Right leg is gonna come up and over, ideally onto the floor. So I'm putting weight through my left arm. With my left hand, I'm then going to pick it up towards the ceiling. And then with my right hand, I'm just going to push to increase the stretch as I look away. Okay, let's swap sides. So right arm out to the side, just forwards a little bit, like 2 o'clock. Left hand into press up position, left leg's coming up and over until it's onto the floor ideally. And this time the right hand is pushing up towards the ceiling. That'll allow you to feel the stretch through the hand, through the forearm, through the bicep, and then into the chest. When you push with your left hand, that just increases the stretch a little bit. So as always, make it uncomfortable, but not agony. Okay guys, let's go one more stretch for luck. So hopefully you can see the edge of the sofa here. It's called a pray stretch because it's going to look like you're praying. You're going to go elbows on the edge of the sofa, hands together as if you're praying, knees underneath your hips, keep your tummy tight, and then head and chest go down the side of the sofa. And then slowly coming out. Awesome work, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that somewhat. And let me know if there's any certain stretches or any certain areas that you want help with, and we'll do another video.